What up, though, good people? Welcome back to Do Days of Divorce. This is day number 3. Start off with an emotional check in. I'm feeling good right now, but the majority of the day was uh, a day of frustration induced by impatience and emotional ambiguity. Like I said, we still staying in the same house, still sleeping in the same room, same bed. There's no communication. We're just walking on eggshells, trying to avoid each other in the whole nine. So that's what today was. I told y'all before on the last one that I'm I brought you up to how we met. I'm gonna take it from there, and I'm going to do that. Um, but I do have to take a few steps back to give some details that are going to be important for later in the story. Um, and I'm going to take it just to when we things really took a turn towards being serious, right? So take it back to 2014. Remember, I got injured in 2000. I've been injured for 14 years. 2014, I get invited to go to what's called the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, sporting event for veterans with disabilities. And so they introduce you to all different kinds of sports. Me, I was introduced to wheelchair basketball, fell in love immediately, met another vet who told me that he'd be able to possibly give me some um, helped me to get some opportunities for playing overseas and for getting a scholarship to play in school, right? But it sounds like vet talk, or really sound like disabled vet talk. If you've ever been around a disabled vet, a group of us, you'll see that a lot of us talk just to be talking and be making all these grand promises and the big fish story, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up, make it happen, whatever, right? But I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I don't know this dude. I just met him. I know I'm not that good in basketball to really be expecting a a scholarship or to play professionally. These are literally my first games, right? But I hooped before then, so some of it translated. But so I go home, and that's my dog. He want to get out, but he got to deal with it. After the tournament, I go home and I'm like, Lord, you know what? It really would be dope for me to be able to go to school, play wheelchair basketball, and not have to worry about working. Because at the time, I was already going to school and working full time, and I was pursuing my biblical counseling degree, which I ended up not getting. Right? So a year later, the same veterans event rolls around, except this time it's in Dallas. The same vet that came to me with the potential opportunities. Y'all see that braided would not let me be great. Bitch, I don't like the way it hangs. Uh, um, he introduced me to the coach at University of Texas at Arlington. He took some video and sent it over to his old team over in France. And both of those opportunities came to fruition. I could go to France and play professionally, or I could go to UTA and play under a scholarship. Bear, hush. Uh, and I choose France because I don't want to lose the opportunity, given that I'm already 36 years old, right? I didn't want to lose another couple years to school and then not ever have that opportunity. So I choose France first, have some success, come back home because even though they offered me a position for the next year, my performance wasn't how I'm used to performing. Um, I came back and decided to go to UTA so that I could actually learn the game. In France, that's professional. They expected me to produce, and I did produce, but I knew I could produce a lot more. So went to UTA to learn the game. As soon as I get there, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this team. These dudes, these kids are ballers. You hear me? Ballers. And they doing stuff in these chairs and moving at speeds that I'd never seen. Right? Like I could look at these dudes and tell that I was out of my league from what I had been doing. But I'm the type of dude, right? Like you're not gonna I ain't gonna quit something I'm interested in. You're gonna have to take it from me. So you got to cut me from the team. You got to tell me I didn't make the team in order for me to quit. So I'm putting my all in, right? And just the physical toll it's taking on my body. Like I said, I'm 36 years old. I've never really dealt with or worked out all the kinks from my accident, you know what I'm saying, from falling off of a freeway overpass in a car and, you know, the trauma that comes to the body with. So I'm getting in shape, working out all that out, and it's, you know, I'm working myself to exhaustion. I'm talking about full body cramps, the whole nine, right? And but I worked my way into better shape. I'm keeping up with these kids. I'm finally having some energy to be able to do certain things and different things and have a social life. So that's when I jump on the social media and the dating apps. And that's the first time I see my ex-wife. And it was on blackpeoplemeet.com. And I'm on my laptop. And it's the full page and it's like the gallery viewing of all the different people. She stood out like that immediately. I want to say she was wearing red, looking good, classy, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Just tall, chocolate, pretty, big, wide smile, sexy eye. Just, right? And so I forget how the Black People Meet works. I don't know if it was a like, a message, swipe, whatever, right? Whatever it was, I reached out to her, she reached back, we connected, conversation. Um, Now we're about in the middle of the season, right? My basketball season. And even though I'm still getting more energy, I wouldn't call myself energetic because they wear me out 3 hours a day, 5 days a week of practice, right? So, um, we dating, doing our thing, right? We go on our first date in February, right? And we go on a few more dates, and I tell her, like once this season is over and I'm able to breathe regularly, I want to start spending a whole lot more time with you. And that's exactly what happened. Season ended. We won the championship. Yeah, see that pretty thing? We won the championship and started spending more time together. And so one day she invites me over to her house for the weekend because she want to cook for me. And now, mind you, I'm in a wheelchair. She lives in apartments. She lives on the third floor of these apartments. These apartments don't have elevators, but I'm digging this chick so much that don't none of that matter. I make my way up them 2 flights of stairs by myself and knock on the door. She opens the door and she's standing there wearing some sexy lingeries and right. So she bring me into the house. I sit on the couch. We started kissing, and that was like our first real kiss. Even though we'd been on a handful of dates before, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like try to pursue or pressure or force anything physical because one, that'll come when it come, and two, if it come too early, is likely to mess something up. But three, I told you I'm a Christian. See the shirt? I'm a Christian. I'm trying to do the right things, right? But we failed. And so after we kiss, then she, gives me a strip tease, a lap dance. She feeds me, and things escalate, right? And from that point, that's when things begin serious, and we really start dating and start focusing more on each other on an exclusive level, but not quite exclusive. And I'll tell you more about that with the next video. Well, with one of the next videos. I don't know if it'll be the next one, right? So, gotten to the point to where I've given you some background on me and how we met, how we dated, and now we're at the part of things being serious. So at this point, if you have any questions about anything that I've covered, because everything has mostly been overview, nothing specific. If you have any questions about anything I covered, go ahead and leave them in the chat. Not in the chat. Leave them in the comments, and I'll try to respond to them all on the next video, and then we will take it from there. Again, y'all keep praying for me like I'm praying for y'all. Y'all have a good day.